Let's do it.
Well, good evening, everybody. It's us again. We were just moving show to show to show. I've
I know you're sick of the sight of it, but never mind. We're going to do it, even though you could be sick of the sight of us, whatever.
Absolutely.
We never give
so
up.
anyway, thanks for jumping. Exactly.
We're like the
bit of a
Duracell
change
battery,
to the schedule.
Just keep going on and on and on.
On and on and on. So obviously you're supposed to have had the American mags tonight, but I think they're still all on the lash. So what we've done, we've just jumped on board just to give you a little bit of an update on certain rumours that's going on in the background. But first of all, what I want to do is just the usual homework before we go any further. Welcome to everybody watching across all the platforms. If you are on X or any other platform apart from YouTube, jump across and join us on YouTube. Takes you seconds. Just look for NUFCTV and you'll see us there live. Thanks to all the mods working tirelessly in the background. As always, you're doing a cracking job, lads. Thanks ever so much. And lasses, I should say. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy the show. It just helps us get further as a channel to reach other NUFC supporters across the globe. Subscribe and hit the bell for notifications for any future shows coming your way. We usually do a show virtually every night of some description, so we're out there doing all sorts. And if you want to see the support, if you want to support to the channel, channel grow, become a member for a small amount and a monthly fee, and that gives you a chance to win some prizes. Don't forget to check our webpage, NUFCtalkTV, for news and content. We'll try and keep that as up to date as we can. It's got a little bit slow at the moment because there's people that often write up those pages. There's a couple of lads that are really busy at the moment, so it has gone a little bit quiet, but it's gone quiet at NUFC, so we're not missing out on anything. If you've got a question that you want to throw at us, then just don't forget to put a Q in front of it before you start. It just gives us the heads up when we're looking down. And apologies if we don't mention everything that's in the chat, because obviously we've only got a certain amount of time to get this done. And if you obviously want to do a super chat or something like that, a Talk TV chat, we'll say, and you want to get us out there now and give us some more support, hit the $sign, and that will guarantee your messages are told. And obviously any members or any gifts that are given, we'll highlight them anyway, and we'll mention you as we go on. So let's get on with the show. So we've
just to carry on from what you were saying, Gary. If you go to the website NUFCtalk.tv, what we try to do there every single day, every single morning, right? I have a look at all of the sources, the likes of the Chronicle, the Mag, the Daily Mail. I look at all the major newspapers, all the major Newcastle United news generating, clickbaiting sites. And I will look at all of those, see what I think is actually real and possible, and I will then transfer those feeds almost verbatim. I literally do a copy and paste from all of those sites onto NUFC Talk TV. And what it means is you can go on NUFC Talk TV and see whatever's been put forward elsewhere, distilled, and here's the beauty. No ads. You don't keep getting everything interrupted with ads, so you've got to wait or hit crosses to get the next paragraph. You get it all in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty about NUFC Talk TV. And also, of course, on NUFC Talk TV, we've got the fans forum. So if there's any issue, if you've seen one of the articles, for example, or even it's something completely different, you can bring that up you can have your say on the forum, and everybody else on the forum will come back and have a go at you, whatever, or agree with you, or you can get a thread going that way between you and like-minded folk. But as I say, the one thing about NUFC Talk TV is you should see there anything that's anywhere. And by the way, when news breaks on Sky News or whatever like that, one of us is always pretty much on it, and will transfer that content to the website. So, and again, as I say, the big beauty is no adverts.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Good column. Yeah, there's some good column. I mean, again, we are only this. We're all Newcastle fans at the end of the day, and what we try and do is look at the sources that this information is coming from. We don't surmise, we don't guess. It's a link of some description that's out there, and we'll report it. We're not saying that we know it.
We will always attribute it to wherever we've got source. It from. We'll always say it as the Daily Mail reported, as reported in such and such. So you know where it's coming from. It's not coming from bullshit clickbait as like us. Although obviously we want, that's no doubt. The object of the exercise is to get people to come to whatever content you're producing, be it on a website or indeed in this forum. So and as for AG, Derek, you need a pay rise. I wish I was getting paid. We do this
for the love,
because we love Newcastle United and football in general. That's why we do this. But there are costs there are costs involved, and everybody who's a member in that they help us pay the cost for StreamYard, which allows us to go live onto YouTube whenever we want and post whatever we want and do whatever we want. Have various people come into the studio with the virtual studio with us. So that's what all. There's none of us get paid. If we can get 50,000, 100,000, 1 million viewers like some of the Arsenal channels and Man U channels have got, then you can make money. But I can assure everyone listening right now, we don't get a penny. We do it because we love the tune, and that's I love talking about the tune. Gary's the same. All the lads are the same. That's why we do it. We're doing it for money. No, but it costs money. It costs money to put to be able to do it. The infrastructure to actually put the show on air
together. Yeah, exactly. And it's like tonight, because there's obviously issues behind the scenes, and obviously Chris had got something else lined up, and now all of a sudden at the 11th hour, it's been a case of, guys, can you sort me out? Can you help us out? Now, me and Win have obviously been doing the live matches through as you've seen. So we're totally unprepared for this, to be fair. So we've literally had 15 minutes to get out there, do as much sourcing as we possibly can while doing our own thing. Oh, and you are an absolute gem, young man. £10. You are a star. Thank you ever so much. And that these are the type of things. These guys behind the scenes, boys, I'll tell you something now. You are amazing. I love you to bits. And that's the generosity.
And by the way, guys behind the scenes, if ever we do get to 50,000 or 100,000 or 1 million viewers, which is never going to happen, but let's assume that we did, then trust me, you would get rewarded.
Absolutely. And just going on like we were just saying, this is totally, I mean, what we are doing at the moment is totally off the cuff. We've had literally 10 minutes just to get some things sorted, just so we can have a discussion. So I'm going to start the ball rolling, and then I'm going to hand over the button, because I've just noticed something, Win. I'm going to whack it up on the screen now, if I may. And I don't know whether you'd seen this today, but I have just had a quick glance at the mag. I'm just trying to see where it is. And I'll go on that. And can you see it's got to come on there? So can you see that? Or do I need to get it up a bit higher on the screen?
Oh, yeah, because Ian Fleming put... sorry, you weren't here, Gary. Ian informed us of that. Ian Fleming informed us of that when we're doing the Spain-Germany.
Right, so just so you guys are aware then, there's a few games that have been changed to what was originally said. So thanks. This is all from the mag. So thanks, guys, because you did some great work again. So
that's
a couple of games
Jamie and
Jamie
pals.
Smith's one of the contributors. Yeah, exactly. So AFC Bournemouth, which was initially set to take place on Saturday, the 24th of August. Well, because of the clash on the South Coast, that will now take place on the day later. So on the Sunday, with the game set to kick off at 2 p.m. And that's going to be live now on Sky Sports. So that's good because it gives us a bit of a wider audience to the start of the season. The United's home game against Tottenham Hotspur at St James's Park will be played on Sunday, the 1st of September, with the kickoff time yet to be confirmed. This game will also be live on Sky Sports. And then you go to the trip to Wolverhampton Wanderers will be televised by Sky Sports and will take place on Sunday, the 15th of September. Kickoff is yet to be set at 4:30 at Molineux. And I think there's one more, and that's the game against Man City. Will remain at Saturday, the 28th of September, but the game has been brought forward to a 12:30 kickoff, and that will be shown live on TNT Sports.
Oh God, I hate 12:30 kickoffs.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
you can't get any drinking in before the match.
So them are I mean, obviously you've got the start of the season now there. Look, Saturday the 17th is now, it's going to move. The Bournemouth game is going to be the Sunday for Sky Sports. So the Saturday the 17th will still remain as is. And then you've got the Carabao Cup commences on that Monday the 26th, week commencing the Monday the 26th. So, like I say, there is a couple of changes. So just keep your eyes open, guys. And this is what we were saying at the start. You are going to see quite a bit of a change, because especially if we have a really good start, because what you're going to have then is you're going to have the world and his brother wanting to obviously have us on the screens. So so keep an eye on that where we are. So that's that little bit of news. And again, apologies, because I wasn't here with you guys at the initial 5 o'clock game where you obviously had that information already. But there you go. It's out there. There's stuff out there in the mag if you want to go and read through it. There's some really good content in the mag. But that gives you the rundown where all the games have changed and what games now are going to be live on the scene. So, Wayne, what was your little bit of info that you were going to bring up, buddy?
Well, first of all, there's Ronnie saying, Ronnie Turnbull, everybody wants to see more of the tune. That's why all the games are being changed. And of course, it's all good news, because what it means is end of the season, the TV revenue, we get a bigger share, so it goes into our revenue, so we can spend more. Because the one thing that we do know is that, unlike Ashley, if we get money in the pot, it will be spent.
Absolutely.
It will be spent completely.
The beauty of that, I mean, when you say revenue, the only revenue we're going to get is match day revenue, isn't it? Because whoever finishes bottom,
TV revenue.
Well, yeah, I know. But what I'm saying, you get the TV rights and everything else and the revenue. But what I'm saying is the broadcasting rights, it's still going to be the 5% of the bottom team, isn't it? That's what I'm saying.
Well, so if they do the anchoring thing,
yeah, absolutely. Which is apparently how it's coming. We've got one from Ian there. Look, Ian, thank you, my friend. You're very generous. You absolute stars. I can't fault you. All of you. You do make the day, and you make this so much nicer for us to do. Like I say, we aren't concentrating yet on what's been put on the post. I'll get back to that in a second. Mighty Mags put down a question. What's that question, buddy, as you've highlighted it?
It's did you just nick two at Chelsea? Did Newcastle? Not you. I was going to say, I'm sure you're one of us, Mighty Mags. Did Newcastle just nick two Chelsea youth, the two Chelsea youth coaches, who by and large have been responsible for what is arguably the best academy in the country have handed their notice in this week.
Yeah.
But whether it's because we've just got a new, oh, he's not a director of football. What is he? Because we've just got a new sporting director. That's it. But I think it's more likely going to be linked to the fact that Dan Ashworth has now taken over his duties at Man United. So as who was it who said? Yeah, John Cup. John QUP. I don't know how you say that, John, or what it's meant to mean. But us and Man U are after them, I believe.
We were linked to them in 22. We tried to get them in just literally on the takeover, but they decided to stay at.
Well, except it wasn't on the takeover when we tried to get them. It was 22, after Dan Ashworth. It was after Dan Ashworth was appointed.
Come on board, yeah, because obviously that's what I'm saying. It was during that first initial season.
That's why I'm thinking
we've got more chance of going to the other United.
Well, I am a betting man. If I was putting my money on it, it would be that sadly they're going to Man U as opposed to the Toon, because I bet they've got a fantastic portfolio of young and upcoming stars.
So here's a good one again, Queenie. You're an absolute babe. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Look at this, man! They're piling in. Hey, I'm gonna have to play the heartstring card a bit more often.
I'm going to get the violin out in a minute, guys. I'm telling you now. Thank you so much.
Seriously. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Another one, Michael McIntyre. Superb, mate. Thank you so much for the super sticker.
Yeah, it's all free content. It doesn't cost you a penny to watch it. And we'll put a lot of work in, as I'm sure you're all aware. But it's great to be appreciated. Fabulous. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Like I said, we listen, there's always going to be people out there that put people like us down. Because we come on late at night. And because the idea of us coming on at this time is to get the world, if that makes more sense, not just the UK. So we try and get our. Oh wow, Ron, absolute star! Thank you so much, guys. And the idea of us now is to try and broaden the news that's out there. Now, you're going to have other channels that say that we're pinching their product and stuff like that. It's the same news that every single Newcastle channel's using, guys. But what we try and do is make it a little bit later in the evening, so we can get the wider audience. Like I say, we have the lads in Malaysia, we have the lads in America, and it just goes out there to everybody. And you're more than welcome to come on board and be part of this show. We don't knock anybody. We have all waifs and strays are available. To be honest, there's 2 on the screen as you see now.
Especially on a Thursday night. But if anybody in the chat, if any time, if you stick on, if you put in the chat, can I come on the show? As long as you remember, as long as you're signed up to NUFCtalkTV, we will have your contact details. And if we've got your contact details, we'll send you a link, which all you need is a smartphone, and you can come on the show and give your give your views.
Absolutely.
Anytime. This is a community that we're all involved in, and it's good old Mighty Mark gifting another membership.
Yeah, fantastic, Mighty.
I don't know if you can say I haven't got the.
No, there's only
the helm,
so
I don't know if you can see what's gone to.
No, but whoever that's gone
to,
to,
that'll have gone
well
to someone.
Done. Welcome on board. Yeah, welcome on board, guys.
Kenny,
that's exactly what we're at. So let's get into a few rumours that are going around as we speak.
So one of them.
There was a lot of talk now about obviously Jared Bowen. Bowen seems to be the one that seems to be the focus.
And
I have a couple. Go on. No, I said I have a couple of concerns with Bowen. I mean, obviously, we know he's obviously not from London. He's originally from Hereford. So he has no London connections apart from obviously his family. And I believe, and guys, you'll probably know his name, Danny Dyer, I think it is. I think he's,
Danny Doyle,
um,
he's,
yeah, Danny
he's married
Dyer is
to his
obviously
daughter.
he's managed to his daughter, exactly. So his
Danny
connections
Doyle,
down there,
massive,
his
massive
family.
Sound
Yeah,
fan.
yeah. So massive, massive connection down there with them. So obviously he's got to make a difference. He's got to make a. He's going to make the change. It's going to be nobody else. It's going to be his decision. Now, as we all know, there's lots of flights that come up and down from London, but I can't see a player, if I'm honest, that's going to come up to the northeast that's going to remain in London. I mean, I know it's only a 4 or 5 hour drive these days, and I'm sure he can afford a chauffeur. But when you've got to come every day for training, when you've got to come every day, you
No,
know, to
nobody's
be
going to
involved,
commute.
it's bloody hard work. It's bloody hard work, just traveling
There's
an
only
hour up the
Michael
road
Owen in his helicopter.
in his helicopter. Yeah, yeah. But even that didn't work because he hadn't got the heart to play for us. And I'd rather have somebody who's committed to the club. If Jared Bowen comes, I want to make sure he's 100% because he's not going to come cheap. He's going to come well over 60 mil.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's still
Uh,
got that 7 year contract. So I
my,
do
my,
think this is a long shot, if I'm honest.
but Bowen is my number one. If I could wave a magic wand and pick a right winger right now, that's who I would pick. I'd pick him above Rapinha, above Williams, above anybody. Premiership
Yeah,
proven, proper grafter, knows the scene. And the thing about this Bowen story is all of the rumours now that are coming out of Newcastle's the Newcastle camp is
yeah.
that he is the one that Eddie wants. And of course, it fits massively into Eddie's profile. Englishman, Premiership proven. And I think, if you compare David Moyes and Eddie Howe and think which of them two could get the best out of Jared Bowen, I think there's only one answer to that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean,
this one, and still they come, bam, bam, da-da-lam, da-da-lam, bam, bam,
oh,
bam. Cheers, Andy, mate.
absolutely. Fantastic. Um, well done, Andy Belt. Superb, lad. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing we've heard today, and again, I don't know how this has come from. First, sorry, excuse me. I've got a belt.
Andy's like me. He's computer illiterate. So
So this
I
has
wish
come from.
I wish I knew how to tag you all, but no,
Yeah,
me too.
this has come from uh, Football Insider, and I'm always a little bit reluctant to believe Football Insider, and I don't
Me
mean that
too.
disrespectful, because it's literally a bunch of students that launch onto reports, and obviously these guys are trying to make a living. It's same as everybody that's doing YouTube videos, I suppose, and snippets. They're trying to make a living from it. And now, it's a lot of it's clickbait. I understand that. But they do put a lot of effort into it, and some of it when you read it, it comes across really well. But there has been a lot of talk about this lad, and I'm going to put him up on the screen now. And I want you guys to give me your ideas of whether you think he's worth a punt, because for me, I think he's potentially got the ability. I know he's like obviously predominantly left wing when he plays for Leeds, but for a 22-year-old Dutch player, just probably about 5'9" in height, not a big guy, but he's got some tremendous ability. He's played tremendously well in the Championship. Now I know we're the Premiership, and I mean, like I say, I'm not expecting him to come up and tear up any trees. But his heat map alone, I mean, if I've come off the screen, Win, so I'm going to rely on you to tell me if this is working or not. It's gone completely off now, hasn't it? Sorry, that's me trying to be clever. Talk about illiterate.
Well, I mean, I've watched a lot of Summerville.
But you look at his ranks
in the Championship last year with Leeds.
Yeah, his average rating.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was trying, but
that
was all in the
Go on.
That was all in the Championship.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
We are all too aware at Newcastle of Championship form and Premiership form.
Yeah,
I like
and as you can see by his heat map,
without a doubt, he's all left wing. Listen, I want Gordon stuck on that left wing with Harvey Barnes to come in and give him a rest.
Yeah,
that's what I want this season.
I know, and that's what you're going to get. That's why I said I think the idea is to have two not elite
about another
players.
left winger, unless
it's not just a left winger, though, mate.
If we are thinking, well, I think he is.
Okay,
you've got his heat map for the season there.
Yeah, because that's where he predominantly plays. Yeah, that's. I'm not saying. I know what you're saying, but that's where Leeds play him. That's from Leeds. Okay, if he plays left or right wing, and that's what I'm saying. It's not something that you can just say, "Oh, I can't," because you can't compare him against anybody, especially at us, because he's like I said, he's naturally right-footed, and that's why they play him to come inside, the same as we do with Gordon, the same we do with Barnes. So you're absolutely right. I wouldn't want him to play on the left-hand side.
Gary, you've got an advert going on there with sound. It's blotting you out.
Oh, is it?
You'll have to come up. In fact, I'll do it.
I've stopped sharing.
We couldn't hear what you were saying. Couldn't hear what you were saying because you condensed you'd expanded the screen for the Crysencio Summerville stats, and an advert had obviously come on in the background and put the noise on.
Oh yeah.
As I say,
I mean,
I would.
I'm looking at
if we've got a serious interest in Crysencio Summerville, I would be very worried. And the reason I'd be very worried is because that would mean to me that we're thinking of letting Gordon go. If we are talking seriously about paying big money for another left winger, that says to me that we're prepared to let Gordon go. And to me, the three players that we cannot, if we want to progress, the three players that we cannot allow to leave are Gordon, J7, and Bruno.
Yeah.
If we let any one of those three go, we're going backwards.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's still talk out there that Gordon and Liverpool isn't finished yet. You know, and that's something else that I've just read.
There was a report today, but it wasn't. There was no source for it. So
there was no.
That's why I dismissed it. That's why I dismissed it and didn't put it on NUFCtalkTV, because there was no source. It's just somebody saying. Excuse me, that source was saying that Liverpool are not going to be put off by £100 million fee. Now it begs the question: if, let's say, you're Eddie Howe, and Liverpool come in and they bid £100 million for Anthony Gordon, are you going to take it?
Yeah.
You are going to take it.
I'd have to take it, because that's going to give me potentially 300 million to spend. Well, that's what I'm saying. It depends on. I know if you're giving 5 year, because you can only give 5 year contracts now, even if 5 year amortization, even if you give them 8 years on a contract, like that's what Chelsea were doing. You see, this is what Darren Eales was saying. The reason, I mean, let's step back a little bit. I honestly do believe, and this is gospel now. I do honestly believe, in my heart of hearts, and I hate to say this, the reasons why Bruno's clause finished on the 24th, because they were relying on somebody triggering that clause to get us out the crap that we were in financially. Because the 24th of July means absolutely nothing. Yeah, it means absolutely nothing. So when that didn't happen, it was a case of who else can we go to? And then obviously you'd got the Isaac link coming from Chelsea. Then all of a sudden you've got the Liverpool link coming for Gordon. Now, who offered who out? It doesn't actually matter, because when sharks get in a pool of fish that are struggling to swim, they'll come and eat you. And that's what happened with us. We were struggling financially to get away from this potentially up to 20-point deduction, and we needed to act really quick. Yeah, absolutely. We needed to act really quick. So there's going to be talks about any single player that plays for Newcastle United. Darren Eales has already said that every player has a price. There is, and I mean, he did make some like ridiculous, like £3 billion, didn't he, against a player? But you're never going to get that type of money. But I understood where he was coming from, and then all of a sudden you saw that little bit of a, I wouldn't say, to me it felt a little bit. We put ourselves in the media in the wrong light. Because it made us look desperate at a time that we shouldn't have been, not with our backing. And as you've said umpteen times, I'm surprised if we are in the mire, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's obvious now that we actually were. Yeah. So for me, when you're relying on somebody to release,
I agree with you.
Not very often.
This is Andy saying he's a good prospect. Don't be worried, he can play a number of positions. That's still, I would be very worried. It means Barnes goes possibly. Yeah.
I don't think it does.
This is the other thing that, along with all of the unsourced reports saying that Gordon could be going to Liverpool and that they aren't put off by the £100,000 transfer fee, there were an equal number of reports from all over the place, all the clickbait websites and X's. Not that I go on X, but they get reported elsewhere, saying that Gordon will get a new contract between 120, 130 quid, 130,000 a week.
Yeah.
Which I firmly believe, by the way.
Absolutely. That's the next thing they need to do. Go on.
No, wait. No, sorry, it's Mighty Magman. Replying to Daniela, you cannot sell Gordon now. No, I agree with you.
Absolutely.
And Mighty Mag is saying, I hope he isn't going anywhere. In fact, a new contract needed, which goes along exactly with what John Cook was saying, and against what Andy was saying, that Summerville can play. I
don't think he's going anywhere. I don't, and I say that with all honesty. I don't think he's going anywhere unless the right money comes in for him. And that's what I said. You said to me, "Would you sell? Would you say sell AJ if you?"
Hello, it's a part-timer.
100 million for him, and I said yes, I would, because I could get somebody else as good as for 100 million, but it would be more than 100 million. And that's what I said. Every player's got a price.
No, hang on. You're saying you could get somebody as good as Anthony Gordon for 100 million?
You could, though, couldn't you? But they said you can't do that, because, like I said, I haven't got the market to go into right this present moment in time and say he's going to be as good as Anthony Morgan. You see?
I think.
Hold on. Let's go back 12 months. Did you honestly believe that Anthony Gordon, when he first come from Everton, was going to be as good as he is now? Honestly, well, don't, because I didn't.
As you will know, as you would know, I'm not sure when you joined the channel, but when it was all coming out, and we ended up getting them for 45 million. After, bear in mind, Chelsea had bid 70 million and been knocked back. On this very channel, I said, no, actually, it might not have been on this channel because it was how long ago we're talking now? Yeah, no, it might not have been on this channel.
Yeah,
but certainly somewhere you will find me saying 45 million for Anthony Gordon is an absolute steal. And I'd only see the only thing I'd seen of Anthony Gordon then was every time he played against us and whatever you saw with Everton on Match of the Day kind of thing, or when Everton were live. I thought he was fantastic. And I was, so in answer to your question, I was delighted when we got Anthony Gordon for 45 million.
Yeah, I did. I mean, to be fair, I was.
And that's not 2020 hindsight.
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. I look at what Evertonians were saying, you know, and they were all saying, you know, 45 million. We've took your pants down and we've slapped your big style. But I also think that was a bit
like that.
Well, I think that was a little bit of sour grapes as well, because I'm sure they didn't want him to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Deep down, because like I say, he was one of their class players, and we know that. But there was an element that you've always got to. It's always a risk when you're trying to put a player into the jigsaw. He's either going to make it or he ain't going to make it. You know what I mean? And that's what I said. It's a gamble. But you can't say you can't get a replacement.
Are you seeing this? Chris has come in to sort out Saddle and Waldorf. I know. No, Chris has come on because all of a sudden there's money going into his pot. He's come on and said, God almighty, I've got loads of cash here.
Not at all. Actually, I was what money are you talking about? Because I wasn't watching, and I was putting the kids to sleep. I just put my son to sleep. My daughter
These guys
fell
have been
asleep
so
first.
generous.
I was mowing the yard.
I'll give you a swift run through. There's one.
Nice. AG is always, he's a G, man. He's a real G, a real gangster. Ian Fleming.
There's two.
Ian Fleming. That's the usual suspects,
There's
man.
three.
The ones that keep us. Queen of Heart, of course. She's amazing. Thank you so much, Queenie. Oh, Michael McIntyre. Unbelievable, man. Appreciate you, Michael.
There's five.
Ronald gives 20s, man. That's all he does. He just gives 20s. That's all he has. You know what I mean? So big up to, of course, Mighty Mag.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. And Andy Bell, of course. Thank you, Mighty Mag, of course, giving a membership away. I believe, actually, I did see Mighty Mag's share membership when I was putting my kids to sleep, but my kid didn't want me listening to the show. He wanted me to sleep with him. So I had to put it away. And then, because I did see it went to Matt Thompson, I believe. So thank you so much, Mighty Mag, and of course, everybody that's been
not a name I recognize, but obviously he sits in the background, not partaking.
Yeah.
But welcome, Thompson.
Thank you. No, really, thank you, everybody. You know, it never goes unnoticed. It almost like to keep us afloat. We need one good show where these donations come in, because we got to pay for StreamYard, we got to pay for the website, who takes up a lot of money. And we don't receive any money from the website because we keep it ad free. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Ad free. That's what I was telling everybody before.
Free. And so a lot of stuff, editing softwares. We got a lot of stuff going, but the memberships, of course, are amazing, and all of you guys are amazing. Definitely, Gary and Mighty Win putting a lot of work as well, time to host. I was on holiday. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I was sick. I wasn't. I was on holiday this whole past week, and Gary took over. Josh also takes over on the American Mag show. He couldn't do it today. Couldn't do it later because we had to extend because of the Portugal-France game. So we had to make the adjustment, and obviously he had other arrangements. But Josh is always great. Andy Bell joins the Fans Forum, the Geordie Show. Everybody that really is putting down work. None of these guys get paid, by the way. None of them. I don't even get paid. No, and to be honest with you, it's not really about that, I guess. I mean, it isn't. It isn't. I'm not, losing sleep or because I'm not doing this full time. But it's always nice for it at least to pay itself. You know, that way it's not coming out of my pocket every time. It still is, but because I love Newcastle, and now we're kind of branching out to this other channel, which we're finding. We got to find a name for it. Maybe it's going to be another Talk TV neutral channel where we're going to have at least one live show talking about the Premier League, doing a recap, and of course matches like the Euros, etc. Which I did the one earlier for a good part by myself, and then the Mighty Win joined Spain and Germany. He's obviously a German guy, so he wanted Germany to win, but the Spanish prevailed at last. So it was a great match. And of course,
Yeah, it was.
Gary in the middle of, because this is the thing, I tried to keep everything scheduled and organized, but some things just are just change. And so I was able to text Gary quickly while I was live. I believe we were doing the Spain Germany game. Can you do it? No pressure at all. You know, obviously everybody's got personal stuff going on. So, but he's always willing to do it. And even now at 11 p.m. UK, when probably the missus is sleeping and the kids are sleeping, and so always appreciative of Gary. And he's come in. He came in new, and now he's a seasoned veteran pretty quickly because
the back door man.
I just threw you in the lion's den, and you just figure it out. So that's it's amazing, but definitely it just speaks volumes of your personality, and of course the Mighty Win.
Like me and Win have just been saying, Chris. This isn't for us. This is a love of a group of people that are passionate about the club that we've grew up to love, and we've been we just want to get out there and spread this information, and be part of a wider audience, if you like. And I was trying to explain to people why we're on so late on an evening, and everybody else obviously does the early shows and stuff like that. And I said, because our audience is different to theirs. We're looking at more of the the global audience to try and spread the word a bit further afield, and it obviously incorporates you guys because it's earlier in the day, but then it incorporates the guys in Malaysia because obviously it's early morning over there. So you're trying to balance everything, aren't you? And like I said, the information that we get is we try and source it. Not all of a lot of it comes from a renowned background, but because it's news, you sometimes have to just give that a mention because it could be from a good source.
And it's also good for talk. We're just talking. This is a Talk TV channel. We're just talking. So maybe the idea of, maybe if it comes from a shy source, but the idea of maybe I don't know, just example, selling Gordon. This is football, man. Nothing is gonna. Everything has a possibility for it to happen. As much as we hate it, and that's what I tell the folks all the time. I don't get crazy over our players being linked with other clubs, and all of a sudden I'm gonna go riot because the Big Six wants to take our players. Like that, to me, that's the wrong way of looking at it. I like the other teams that are fighting for the league and maybe Champions League, Europa League, whatever, that they're interested in our players. I think that we are doing the right thing if that starts happening. Now, again, I do have an issue.
Yeah, but my problem with that, though, is that if other top six teams are interested in our players and we're selling them to them,
well, that's the thing. That's not what I said. I said I don't have an issue with other clubs being interested. It is what it is. I'm not going to wake up and be mad.
Right, so they can be interested as long as we don't sell them.
Well, of course, I don't want to sell Gordon. I don't want to sell.
Well, that's okay. That's right. We're on the same.
But there are fans. There are fans that are just get upset and start getting mad over the simple thought. You know what I mean? Because you got to think about it like this. I always say this. Think about it if it was on the opposite end. We say here that we want to get Bowen. That should we get Bowen? And there's by the way, I welcome Daniela, a West Ham fan who I've seen in other channels. Think it's lovely to have you on, and of course, it would be nice if you subscribe to the neutral channel, which we're trying to find a name for. But we'll probably put the link here on the.
Why don't we ask the guys while they're on board, Chris? Why don't we ask the guys on who's watching us now?
Yeah.
If you think of something good, please tell us, and we can get the other channel name.
Give us a good name, whatever name you think for the neutral channel, our little branch that we have going on. What would be a good name
Keep
for
it
it?
clean
Obviously,
now.
it has to be a Premier League content. It can't just be NUFC and the rest fan channel. No, you know. But
the other
my point was, I
14.
just want to say, yeah, my point was, I just want to give this point that we think about it, you know, about them taking our players, but we're here sitting talking about Bowen possibly coming to Newcastle. Well, there are West Ham fans that are not going to like that. So, but that's why I think stop getting mad over it. It's just talk, and there's a possibility for everything to happen. Now, if you listen to what's happening.
Hang on though. The reason I'm saying that is because yes, we are talking about taking West Ham players. West Ham are not traditionally part of either the Toxic Six or, in reality, challenging for the top 4. We are. So therefore, it is realistic for us to be targeting their players. I would agree. If I'm a West Ham fan, I'm saying we do not sell our best player to somebody who's higher up the league than we are. Absolutely, I agree with
that. The Beer Vikings name example. Read it. Or the Beer Vikings last comment. But I mean, that's why this talk. We're talking football here, man. It's just simple as that. Some things could happen. Something now, Liverpool might be thinking your way of thinking. Well, Newcastle is not fighting for the league. We are, so let's get Gordon. And I'm not necessarily saying that's not true because they are fighting for the Premier League. I think that we are making our way. You might even think that we are a title league contender, which I respect and I hope that is what's happening. But Aston Villa can say the same thing because we only had one season. Aston Villa can say the same thing now, you know. And even though West Ham is not fighting for the title, it's still a team that just won the Conference League, which we would love to have.
Won a European competition, and good luck to them.
Absolutely,
over the moon for them.
That's right.
Everybody was saying to me, I don't want to be in the Europa Conference. I tell you what, tell that to West Ham fans when they won that trophy. There's a new name there to me. Jopadoni, anybody heard it?
When you got a delay, man. You got one of y'all got a delay. Maybe Win because he's the one that interrupts without meaning to.
2 seconds.
So you might want to jump out and jump back in, bro. But I mean, look, the Gordon thing. I thought that was just talk, which I don't have an issue with talk. Again, I don't have an issue with this is football talk, man. I don't know why people get mad. But the next day, I think Craig Hope posted up about it. I think he's down it, and I'm like, wait a minute. Can this be actually happening? Can we?
Yeah.
I think it would be the biggest setback. And I will go back to your point. I am man enough to sit here and say, I thought Gordon's signing was a bad signing. Or maybe I thought it was a bad signing because of the expectation or the excitement that some fans had that I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't think he was going to be good enough. I didn't. I thought that he was going to have an attitude problem with Eddie Howe. And
that was the thing.
And some fans after the Trippier Gordon chest up that they had in Everton versus Newcastle at that point in time when he was at Everton, some fans might have, some fans get defensive, but that's a small issue. But I just didn't think that he was a good enough player. I was completely wrong because he turned the tables over, and now he's almost like that player. Because the other day I was looking at that particular play where Gordon was confronting Trippier, and I was like, that doesn't even look like the kid that plays for us now. Gordon now, he seems like the most humble guy, and he might have been over there. Obviously, but it just doesn't even look like the same guy. It looks like a completely better player. I'm sure Everton fans wish they would have kept him. So
they hounded him out.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but I think, like I said, I think a lot of it becomes with sour grapes, doesn't it?
Of course it is.
And like you were saying, for me, the way I look at this, what we do here is like 3 blokes sitting in a pub having a drink, talking football, and we're all going to have an opinion on certain things. whether it be a good thing or a bad thing. And not all three of us are ever going to make or say something that everybody's going to agree with, because that's the opinions. And that's what I said. None of us mean to offend. None of
that's
us mean
easy.
to go out there.
All you have to do is agree with me.
Agree with you.
And we'll
Exactly.
be laughing.
There you
go. We'll do it all the time.
Welcome, Jumpadoni. Who I've seen
yeah.
in other channels too, but I can't remember. But welcome, and I've seen you on Twitter. But yeah, I mean, it's just simple talk. Like one of the reasons for this channel, what I wanted to do, which is I believe now, and now I'm into politics as well. I believe it's almost impossible that it is to everybody, but I strive to maintain that, by the way. So I'm not giving up on it, which is a channel where everybody can say whatever the hell they want, football related. Say what you want, disagree or agree. As outrageous it may be, we've had people say Eddie Howe out, and I respect that opinion. Just simply, I don't agree with it, but everybody's got their opinion, and it's as simple as that. Everybody's entitled to say whatever they want. They are fans of the club. Now, I don't agree. People, other channels will ban you for saying stuff like that, and I believe that's outrageous. You're banning someone because they say something that you don't like or you don't agree with.
Opinion.
To me, that's nonsense. And but it's hard for fans to maintain that. I can compromise to say whatever the hell you say. I don't give a shit. You can say it. I'll shake your hand. I'll disagree with it or agree, but we'll shake hands and we'll go about our way at the end of the show.
As long as you've got some form of corroboration for it, that's what annoys me.
We've had some fans that are just like, but they're not fans really. They're Macums and they just keep saying stuff.
Exactly. That's what you're gonna.
You can tell that, but it's hard for fans, for watchers, for viewers to maintain that level of agreement, because they will easily say, "Well, I'm gone, I'm out, I'm unsubscribing. You're talking shite," and there's you can't keep that agreement. You know what I'm saying? It's because you're not agreeing with what they're saying, and you're never going to. Never going to. We've had the other day. We had this Tristan guy who's the regular watcher, but he just went around and started talking shit about us. On that show, saying that we were talking shit about Tonali.
When he was on, he was just totally negative the whole time. Didn't matter what the subject was. He was anti-Newcastle, and you could just tell it.
Yeah. Well, I do agree. He's a Newcastle fan, though. I mean, he is. He just might be negative all the time, which, again, it is what it is. But let's maintain that agreement. We're shaking hands. You can say whatever you want. It's a safe space for fans to say whatever they want. So why are you going to?
You shouldn't go to somebody else and say what we are saying is wrong. It's an opinion.
And it's lying anyway, because we were talking about Tonali, and it was a undisputed show. It's a debate show between two people. I was moderating between Mighty Win and Colin. They were having opposite opinions. He was saying that we were talking shit about Tonali, who we should get behind him, and who are we to say anything anyway? We're the freaking fans that pay. We get to have an opinion. As simple as that. Ian says I talk shit all the time, but you don't ban me. See, that's the thing. I don't think, but maybe it's just the way I'm thinking. I do have that ban button somewhere. I don't even know where it really, but it doesn't even cross my mind. Why would you can say I've been called out of my name here all the time. Stupid American, trying to tell us how to run our team and this and that. But never ever thought of ban. I had never, and I swear I put that on anything, that I've never banned anybody on the channel. I mean, the mods have put people on timeout, of course, because of the numpties, but never because of an opinion. But I just feel like it's really stupid to just.
Daniela's coming across with some really good questions, guys. To be fair, well, I'm just going through them, and I've left them on the screen for people to read. So they're quite lengthy ones.
Daniela,
put a star on so we can get back to it. Put a star on.
No, she's a West Ham fan, and she's questioned. We've both been relegated twice. We've had 15 top 10 finishes in 28 years. Second best European record in the last 3 years. That's West Ham she's talking about. Second, Real Madrid. This is the best average attendance for 2 seasons. So
Absolutely.
yeah, West Ham have got a lot
West Ham is
to
a big club, man.
to be proud of, which is why I said if I was a West Ham fan, I'd be devastated if you sold Bowen to Newcastle.
Yeah.
But
By the way, Daniela, while you're actually watching, sweetheart, next season, we're going to get teams, supporters from individual teams come on the show and just have a talk about obviously how West Ham are doing, blah blah blah. Literally, I think that's what you was doing, isn't it, Chris? You were going to get supporters on board.
Next season? That's doing that every game next season.
Yeah.
When we do the match preview, we're going to have a representative
on this channel.
Yeah, come and join us and talk about West Ham, Trader. You're more than welcome.
Yeah,
lining them all up as we speak.
Yeah, let's tell us about other fans and stuff so we can get in contact with them because we want to get their perspective. Want to make the match preview with Newcastle. Where we get their opinion as well on their team and what their perspective is. So
and also for the second channel.
Oh yeah, of course, the second channel because it's
which is not specifically a Newcastle channel; it's a Premier League channel, a football channel.
Yeah, it's going to be a Premier League. Yeah. So that's going to be an interesting. I'll link that channel too. Daniela says we'd love to. So Daniela, if you don't mind, I mean, you can contact. I don't know if you have Twitter or even just go to the website. And obviously, it's a Newcastle website, but at least
hit
we
the
can
chat
get your emails
button on the website,
or get to contact us. Because there's
a contact us page there now.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I wasn't until I told it to put it on.
Yeah. Daniela's put there. Look, it's only football, and we love it.
Exactly. That's that.
There you go. That's your new channel name. It's only football, and we love it.
I just love talking football. On your channel name, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what she says. New channel name. It's only football, and
we love talking football.
We love talking, but we got to come on. Send your suggestions for the second channel. At least we're gonna do on a Monday to review the Premier League weekend. We're gonna bring that up. So probably at 11 p.m. UK, right after our Monday show here, so we can help send people that way after 10 p.m. So we can help that. But definitely other matches. We'll try to keep a match. Maybe the match of the weekend. Yeah. Maybe the match of the week. Maybe we can do a watch along for it. The most important match, which is every week there is a match that is basically the match of the week. So we'll love to have that as long as it doesn't run concurrent with Newcastle at any moment in given time. So because obviously Newcastle is our bread and butter.
Yes,
all right. So any
Jopadoni saying, so you want a name for a non-NUFC specific?
Yeah.
For EPL, and that's not again
for a channel for EPL only. That's correct.
And
put your brain into gear, Jopadoni. Let me know what you.
And let me rephrase this. NUFC Talk TV is not going anywhere. It is NUFC Talk TV. We bring a show every single day. No matter what, every day. So
that is my passion. That's my passion. So whatever happens elsewhere happens elsewhere.
Hey, Mad Mac, the NUFC Fan Zone is a good name. I'm not gonna lie, man. You said it on the neutral channel. We keep saying neutral channel. We'll have a name for it eventually. But that was the football fan zone. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But we'll have to talk about it.
I told you I was going to do the Toon Zone, and then all of a sudden I thought about doing what you guys are thinking about and calling it the Dugout, because obviously you just talk in the dugout amongst your mates.
See, but those are names. So that's a good thing, because here in the US we use dugouts a lot, but I didn't know in the UK, because baseball obviously they in the dugout. That's the name for it. The locker room, stuff like that is cool.
Well, there's already a massive website like the Boot Room. They don't have a YouTube channel, but
Be Raggy, the football bar. See, I like something like that.
you see, you love your drink.
There you go.
You know,
Yeah, but that's the
and it's
trouble. You've
late
got
at
to be
night.
careful. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that could. Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right. The Premier League factory, says Niall. Well, we get creating. I'm not mating with anybody here. You know,
The
so
football
I'm not
night
care.
shift. Because that do me,
Aye.
because I'm a night owl. I'll do 1 o'clock in the morning start. Just don't ask
Yeah,
me to
man.
do a 10 o'clock in the morning start.
Well, we which, by the way, on NUFC Talk TV, the breakfast show is coming up, and I believe it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So the Mighty Wind's going to be on it, and it's just simple as that, man. So Mighty Wind's going. It is at midday anyway, so you have no excuse. It's the afternoon. It's the first hour of the afternoon, but it's the afternoon.
I didn't
at
go to
last.
bed till 10 o'clock this morning.
Well, you wake up you got 2 hours of sleep, man. That's all you need. The old
Yeah,
vampire
no,
like yourself.
I was up all night watching the election.
Oh man, let's not get into that, please.
Well, let's
Both
not get
elections.
into that. There's no politics on this channel. None.
Both
No
elections.
politics.
Both elections. All right. So, what else is going on out there, man? You got come on, Newcastle. Always somebody makes something up.
There you go.
There's not a lot of
The abused 14. Because you see, that's the thing, actually, because there's umpteen options. If you want to talk, you know, football, there's any amount of big 6 channels. You know, you've got the Terrace, Never a Foul, you know, 12th Man, all that. The big 6. And there's a fantastic, fantastic Facebook X site called The Other 14, which brings up the stats, which was the one that Jacob Murphy was first highlighted on as being the most productive winger in the league. Never mind the other 14, but that other 14 is brilliant. So the other 14 has a ring to it.
Yeah. What about?
I think looking at us three. Looking at us three here. Look, why don't we just call it the Studs?
The Studs.
Yeah, man. I do like,
but
I think I've seen.
Those were the days. Those were the days.
Oh man, that makes me feel like it's going to be an old channel. Just Mighty Wind, reminiscing on old shit. But pitch side is good. But I think I've seen pitch side before, man. You know, so only but what is that? How do you say that? Well, hey Andrew, I heard that you.
I cannot be bothered with all these YouTube politics.
Hey, Niall says Win talks football. Well, oh sorry. Well, we're supposed to have the Mighty Wednesdays on this channel, so maybe we bring that up on the Wednesday.
Well, the only way I can do that, I was going to have this conversation off stage, but never mind. The only way I can do the Mighty Wednesdays is if we switch the worldwide to a different night, which is not beyond the realms of possibility.
Yeah, but you're not the night. You know, we want to show up on Wednesday night, man. You want to have the Mighty Wednesdays
we'll just switch one of the other shows to a Wednesday and put the worldwide on another night. Anyway, that's YouTube politics. We'll talk about that in a minute when we get off when we get in the green room.
By the way, let me see. Just to tell people, actually, yeah, that's what we wanted to do is share the other channel with people, the neutral channel.
I got my cat, dog, and house on Switzerland to win, so I might be selling the big issue on Sunday, or I might be as rich as Piff. You agree that Eddie Howe will be England manager by Monday?
All right, so here it is. Subscribe to this channel right here. This is our neutral channel. If you haven't already, subscribe to it. The link is right there. If you can, well, I guess if you can go to it and come right back, or do it like that. That way you don't leave this one. We're not done yet. But subscribe to that one. It's a neutral channel. It's got my picture and it's got the football tonight. Again, that's an old name. We're looking for a new one. That's actually the first. Long story short, this a channel I started with, and I started doing Newcastle United. I was talking about Newcastle in videos, but not technically Newcastle content. only, and it was just blowing up. It was blowing up, and then, but obviously, you know, I want to talk about other teams, and so other fans have subscribed to it. We're over 1,000 on that one, 1,300, but I left it for a while because I started Newcastle only, and that blew up in 6 months. We almost at 2,000 subs, so you know, it's always good. But now that we're got an established audience, we can talk about the Premier League, so it's always good to go there and get other fans' perspectives on what's going on in the Premier
I
League,
like
and
that one
also
as well.
other.
Look at this one.
Here we go.
Jumpers for
First up,
goalpost.
jumpers for goalpost.
Love it.
Jumpers for goalpost.
Have you never seen
Nice.
that?
Yeah, well,
You
that
put your
means
jumpers
nothing
down.
to that means nothing to Chris.
No.
When we were
But
kids,
I
we
mean,
used to put our jumpers down. Yeah, we used to put our jumpers on the floor to make goalposts when you were having a
Is that
kick
right?
around on the park. Yeah, make goals. Brilliant, love it.
Damn, man. To me, that sounds more like a basketball channel, because jumpers, you know, jumpers and basketball, they
Oh
go
yeah,
together.
I
But
see what you
No,
mean. Yeah.
jumpers
No,
are what we call pullovers, sweaters. You
pullovers,
might call them.
sweaters.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
you put
understand.
two jumpers down near the goalposts.
By the
Right.
way, on this channel that I send the link to, that it's pinned now in the chat, we're gonna be doing tomorrow. Which, thank you so much to everybody that's been watching the watch alongs today. By the way, the one where Gary was on, already over 700 people on that one. So appreciate that. It was Portugal, France, and we did Spain, Germany earlier on. Tomorrow, 15 minutes before kickoff. Obviously, we should probably do more than 15 minutes. Is England, and again, we're catered to English folks. It is what it is. The majority, but at least 70% of our watchers on NUFC Talk TV are from the UK, and I believe even though we bring in audience, people from all over the world, is because English folk like to see other fans talk about their team, and I think I clearly I think that way. Anyway, but we cater to obviously everybody out there, and but UK folks like to watch us, and so that's why we cover the Premier League. That's why we covered Newcastle United, and because it's England, that was my point. We should have probably done an earlier show, or started earlier, but it's international football. I mean, it is what it is. England tomorrow, 15 minutes before kickoff versus Switzerland. I can't believe, Alan, you said you got everything on Switzerland, man. What the hell? See, that's the thing. You'll never hear an American say that. We'll go down with the ship, no matter what, man. No matter, that's just even though
You'll go down with the shit.
With the ship. Well, and that too, but with the ship.
That's the thing. Are the USA shit, or are they the shit?
The best country on earth, man.
Here we go. Him and his.
There we go. And also, we don't have. I don't know if the lads want to do it. I mean, just because I don't want to have the lads too much on, if it's too much time. But we don't have Netherlands. We don't have the Netherlands scheduled out. But I'm assuming they're going to play. They're going to win against Turkey. I think so anyway. But later on tonight, not tonight, tomorrow night, we got Uruguay and Brazil. That's going to be really late for most UK folks. But hey, if you're up and about and you can't sleep, it's about 2 a.m, I think. Just join us, and we'll definitely be having that match. Important match, Uruguay Brazil, man. He's going down with Southgate, so there will be no white flag around that door. Niall says, "Mighty Win talks thigh boss." That's oh man. What was that? Who else had a name?
Foxy had the final whistle.
What did Foxy say? Where is it?
The final whistle. Oh well.
The final whistle.
Foxy. I haven't seen Foxy in the chat tonight.
Foxy's there.
Oh, that's good. The final whistle.
The final whistle.
Wow. Got good ideas.
No, I think we should do like 1 o'clock. Midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. The night shift.
Jesus.
The night shift. Well, we are going to be live at least at 11. But that doesn't. I don't know. It needs to be a name that can make a difference. Like people can listen to it, look at it, and say, "Okay, this is where we need to go."
Listen, Chris. Any name does that. Once it gets known, everybody knows it.
Yeah, of course.
But here's got another one. Between the Sticks.
Yeah.
I like that one.
between the
quite cool.
sticks. Nice. All right. Well, Rose is going for Switzerland. I guess. Man, I cannot believe. Well, she's Scottish, so that would obviously make sense. Yeah. But see, for my ignorance, because in America, a lot of people that are not really into giving a shit about anywhere else other than the United States, people think that Scotland is the same as English, and Wales is the same as English, and all these countries are the same thing basically. And but I dare them to say it to their face because it's going down.
He's just a very naughty boy.
Yeah, there you go. The People's Front of Judea.
No, it's the Judean People's Front.
I tell you, we could be called the Judean People of the Prem or something like that.
Oh man, the outcast.
Yeah. Oh dear.
No, we'll let that one go.
Canada and America are the same country. Yeah, it's like Canada and America are the same country. Yeah. I thought Canada was part of the Commonwealth. I was so ignorant when I thought that. Or aren't they?
You needed a Mackham family to help you get independence. That's how far they've sunk. George Washington, Mackham.
Yeah, Daniela said if you're interested, guys, check out the West Ham Voice.
Yeah, I put that up before actually.
Is that her channel?
Yeah, I don't know, but obviously check it out, guys.
We'll check it out.
We'll check it out.
Especially when there's a preview game coming up.
And we'll definitely, we got to come up with shows like the one we did with Martin from the Mancunian Way, because that one had a lot of people tune into it and a lot of people subscribe. The Man City versus Premier League lawsuit explained by a Man City fan, and we were there talking about it, etc. And it did really well. So we got to do stuff like that with other fans as well. So anything that's hot out there.
November.
But I'll be honest with you. I know there's a thing that people like. Again, people don't want to talk about the Big Six, and I don't even like calling them that. Or the teams that are there. They're part of the Premier League, man. You got to talk about them. It is what it is, So I don't have anything against anybody, man. I would give people, I give their respect when it's due. I think other clubs have trophies, etc. So you got to give respect.
Oh my god, we need a night with beer. That's what we need. We need a night with beer. Mighty Wind talks tie balls.
Yeah. Did you didn't read? Oh yeah, man, that was good.
Oh my days,
that was good.
Oh god,
that would have to be the worldwide one.
The worldwide show. My lovely wife in the chat as well, Betsy. Happy life,
Betsy,
happy
baby.
wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy
wife, baby. Happy Betsy, no Rusty.
That's right. I was mowing the lawn when I got that message, by the way. Like, I've been cutting grass, working my balls off, putting the kids to sleep. Man, it's just busy, man. So
you're talking about mowing the lawn. He has a little tale for you.
Man, and the lawn is not like a little square. We're talking about acreage, man. We're mowing a lot of stuff.
I'm talking about a little square here, because my best pal, his wife, was a theatre sister, operating theatre sister in gynecology for 20 years plus. And she had some tales about the things that went into gyno. And if you remember back in the 80s, when punk was the order of the day, they had this punk rocker female in gyno who had dyed her pubes bright green.
Oh man!
And she had a tattoo on her belly, a tattoo saying "Keep off the grass." So they had to perform the operation that she required, and the surgeon. This is an absolute true story. The surgeon wrote while she was still under the anaesthetic. He wrote in biro on her belly, "Sorry, but we had to mow the lawn."
Oh man,
that's absolutely true story.
Man,
love it.
Well, that's
Keep
that's
off
the
the
last.
grass.
That's the last.
Sorry, we had to
That's the
mow the
last thing we're
lawn.
gonna. That's the last thing we're gonna talk about. Dan Ashworth, mowing the lawn.
Mowing the
Anyways,
lawn, Dan
well,
Ashworth. Yeah. Hey, there's a segue if ever there was one.
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. All right. Well, listen, we've had a great show. It's been a laid back,
By the
chill
way,
back.
Chris, I'm not sure. Did we mention it earlier on? I can't remember. But apparently, it is definitive now that Man U paid 10 million for Ashworth,
10 million. Well,
and that was
FFP,
because
baby.
Yasser Al Rami, whatever the name is, Chairman Yasser stepped in.
Romayan.
Yeah, and he said from day one, ain't no way he's going there unless the pay thing. And once Ratface had heard that Chairman Yasser had actually stepped in, he said, well, look, this ain't going to happen. Just get them paid. And then they agreed to 10 million. Which I think on the balance of things is just about right.
Well, anything north of 7 is
Yeah.
right, isn't it? At the end of the day.
Yeah, of course. It's got to be. All right. Well, tomorrow is Saturday, so Jordy's show. Jordy's only, so I'm not allowed. We're gonna try to get some Jordys come on and
Any
speak,
excuse. Any excuse.
Yeah, it's
Don't
Jordy's
forget
only. Which, by the way, don't let it.
No. Whoa, hang on. It's the match tomorrow night.
Yeah. 2 matches.
So depending on the result, I might be in
wait.
no fit state
Yeah,
to
Man,
do
yeah,
a Geordie's only.
You didn't get pissed for Germany tonight. Imagine you're gonna get pissed for England, man. Come on, nobody
Germany
believes
got
that.
beat.
Yeah, but you could be in your sorrows, drinking
No,
yourself to sleep.
but if England win,
But anyway, the show would be at 4 p.m. anyway. You got time to sober up. 10 p.m. In England. So we'll have to see. But it should be the Jordan show tomorrow. Which, by the way, don't look at the schedule now that we are pretty set up. I mean, you actually look back on the channel and you see what the schedule is. Saturday's Jordy show and Sundays the news report. Kind of stopped doing the Maxim 5, but that stuff. The schedule is going to switch once we start playing games. Obviously, more than likely Saturdays are going to be the live match reaction. But the Jordy show, I believe, is here to stay because it's been performing amazingly. Ran by Jordys. We got to get Colin back on. We got to get Andrew Bell not to be pissed on the Jordy show. Well, I mean, would it not be a Jordy show if somebody wasn't pissed? That's the thing.
well, I suppose that's true.
Yeah, so but I believe the Jordy should stay because obviously he's doing well. So we'll have to see where it fits.
No. All I'm saying is specifically tomorrow night for the.
Yeah, no. But I'm just telling folks in general because the fans forum is not going to be on Thursdays as it has been because obviously we got the match preview, so we got a lot less room to maneuver when the matches start happening.
We'll sort something,
but we'll definitely sort it out tomorrow. Don't forget, subscribe to that
because
channel.
I tell you what, we're definitely going to be going for at least another month with all those fantastic gifts we had tonight. Thank you so much for everybody who donated tonight.
Yeah,
you've
thank
been
you so
so
much.
generous.
And thank you, AG. Thank you so much for that. The 10 pounds. Thank you.
All right.
No, that's the previous. No, that's the previous. No, but it's always good to give him a thanks. Ian Fleming, thank you so much for the 5 pounds. Thank you, Queen of Heart, for giving 5 pounds as well. Amazing stuff. Michael McIntyre, thank you, mate, for the super sticker, 3 pounds. Thank you, Ronald. Ronald gave. Oh no, yeah, Ronald 20 pounds. I thought he gave another 20 pounds.
He did.
Thank you, Ronald, again, man. Appreciate that.
No, it was did.
Yeah. Thank you, Mighty Mag, for gifting a membership away to Matt Thompson. Thank you. That's another £3 right there. Thank you to Andrew Bell for another £2 donation. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for helping us out and helping us, maintain. We're not far from 2K. 6 months in the business. Well, I've been in the YouTube business for a while now, but 6 months with this channel is not bad. 2,000 subs in 6 months. That's a pretty good thing. We've slowed down in subscribers a little bit, but it doesn't matter because you guys are tuning in and the viewership is going up.
It's close season, so that's kind of understandable.
Yeah. So that's definitely. But we have. That's what some people might say.
But by the way, guys, anybody in the chat, if there's anything you can think of that you'd like us to do, get in the chat, tell us what you'd like us to do, a specific show on something, or go on the website, NUFCtalk.tv, and let us know there any specific subject that you'd like us to cover, and we'll be on it like a rush.
Yeah. Foxy asking if we got watch alongs for Copa America tonight. It is going to. Oh man, Ronald Turnbull says,
"Oh, Ronnie man, how weird."
Yeah. Man,
have you fell asleep on the give button?
Hey, that's lovely, man.
Have you been on the Porter 6?
Oh man, that's
by the way,
amazing,
that's the last drop going now of the bottle.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, I don't think, Foxy. I don't think that we're doing a watch along tonight for Venezuela versus who do they play against? Venezuela play. Panama.
I'll be watching it. Want to see Rondon? Come on, the mighty Solomon Rondon.
You're making me double. You're making me double guess myself now if I should do it or not. But we might do it on the. Regardless.
Oh, Betsy's in the chat, man. Betsy's in the chat. Don't even think about it.
Oh, Betsy's in the chat. She doesn't want me. She probably doesn't want me to be on. But she said earlier, Chris dance for $1. And Rosie says, what would it cost for him not to dance? And then that's how the bid rises. And AG giving another £20. Thank you so much, babe. Thank you so much for that support. Amazing stuff.
Oh, that was. Can you remember the show we did when you had us in jail?
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Oh yeah,
paid money to get us out.
Yeah, they were like, no, take him out. Yeah, that was amazing.
Get him locked back up.
We need to bring Gel back, man. We need to bring Gel back. We will maneuver with all these layouts, but we need to bring the Gel back for sure. Again, one more thing. I know all of you haven't. Subscribe to that channel right now that was pinned in the chat. The link is right there. That's a neutral channel. Go subscribe to it. We got tomorrow. England is going to be streamed there. England versus Switzerland. We got Copa America coming up there as well. So go subscribe to that one. We're going to be live there tomorrow. Maybe if I get permission, I'll be live for the Venezuela game tonight. But definitely going to have Uruguay versus Brazil tomorrow night, or late or early, super early morning for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for your support. Tomorrow, Jordy Show on NUFC Talk TV. So stay tuned for that as well. Thank you, Ian Flamin. Thank you, Japadoni, Rosie, Foxy, Daniela. Thank you for becoming a subscriber, being a West Ham fan. Hopefully you subscribe to that channel as well.
Oh, you're making a run for your own back, giving individual names here because they'll be upset if they get left out.
Because I know Alan Thompson and my wife Betsy, Foxy, Niall Powell. Now we got to keep scrolling up. Matt Thompson. I said that. Andrew Bell, Mighty Mag.
And there was
everybody that watched Beer Viking. Beer Viking. Who was it? There was a new name. JJ as well. Thank you so much for watching.
Well, Japadoni was new to me, but
Kenny W. Shout out to you, Kenny.
Daniela, don't forget
Waldo. Daniela. Waldo, thank you. He said Unite Talk TV, but Unite Talk TV sounds like a Man U channel.
JJ.
JJ, yeah. Mason, John as well.
Obviously.
John QP.
Kenny W.
Yeah. Everybody out there. There was in the very beginning.
John QUP. I don't know what the QUP. Does anybody know what the QUP stands? John, let me know what the QUP stands for.
It means Nanja. The Mighty Win official fan club as well. There's Mighty Win Big Pimpin'. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for the support. Go subscribe to that channel right there, linked in the chat. That's for right now for me, Gary.
Waldo there. Listen, folks, if we've missed you, it's not deliberate. It's just that's so many.
There's a lot of
thank you so much for watching.
Thank you all. We'll see you on the next one. Subscribe to that channel now. Go. See ya.
Go.
Ronald Turnbull, we miss you too. Sorry, man. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Thank you, Ronald, for everything, all your donations. Bye bye.